Welcome to Misery Zone. My name's Kurt Burdick, and today I'm going to look at a contender for the best Death of Superman comic book. Not mine. Not that this is a Death of Superman. I mean, it is you know, a version of that in a doujinshi form. So much more penises involved, which is always, for comics, it seems, especially for indie comics, very, very positive to have more penises than less penises, or genitalia in general. I think that's that's something I've learned. The more detailed illustrations of genitalia, the more credibility the book has as a independently derived graphic novel. Anyways, so I'm going to be having a Kickstarter in a couple weeks, February 1st, for Death of Power 6. Here are the previous Death of Powers. Let me see if I'm even getting these in the frame. Really, really, I'm really proud of the gallery of covers I'm developing for the series. Uh, and I feel the next issue is going to, be a good kinsman to these issues. So if you like these issues, then you more or less might, I assume, like the next issue. But I kind of see this next issue as my Vertigo Alan Moore comic. Yeah. My Neil Gaiman Sandman comic. Very verbose and smart. Um, or, Garth Ennis, Warren Ellis. Who else was from that era? Anyways, Vertigo, Vertigo. That is the Vertigo comic. And all right, so many people have their opinion of what the best death of Superman comic is. Usually it is, and I think for me also, the Alan Moore issue of, whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow, with it, drawn by Kurt Swan. That, I think it's two-parter, two issues. Fantastic. I think that is my actual favorite Death of Superman. Other than that, there's the All Star Superman, which is also excellent and a very lovable and respectable comic. Um, and then there's the Death of Superman series by Dan Jurgens, which is also really really fun. And but I have another contender to introduce to the contest. It is issue number 466 of Action Comics, Superman's Action Comics, actually. And I think this cover tells it all. I turned Batman and Flash into kids and killed them. You're next, Superman. Lex Luthor. The best death of Superman I could imagine. At least that's what this cover is advertising and promising. 1 second. I have to get my beautiful glasses so I can read this properly. All right. So, yeah, so here you see the Neil Adams cover and a very nicely shaven Lex Luthor with some Lex Luthor power gloves beating up a child version of Superman. So, and I assume killing him. So, great issue. We have Superman dying, but also child murder in one issue of DC Comics from the 80s. So let's see. God, I do love these old the old style of just the aesthetics of these comics and their advertisements. So fun. Oh man, I just okay. So here we go. That was a crash. Crash. And Cafe Mocha, very boring name for a coffee shop. But you know, this was pre Starbucks, so you could actually have a choice of having a boring name for your coffee shop, which you no longer can. Because now it's either a chain store or you know some third wave coffee place like Forever Forbidden, grass coffee or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Well, Four Barrels. There's Four Barrels. There's Ritual. Um, what's another four? Oh, Blue Bottle. That's the most pompous title or name of a coffee shop. Anyways, so let's take a look at this. It's it's 11:55 in the morning. The new time, lunch. Lunch crowd has started to stream into Cafe Mocha, the best mochas in all of Metropolis. When they see a crashing blur that appears to be Superman, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, who will never get a dime from DC Comics. Okay, bad as it appears for the Man of Steel now, reader, it's going to get far worse. Find out what it means to say, you can take the man out of the super, but you can't take the super out of the boy? Well, there's no question mark, but I decided to say it like there was. So this is written by Cary Bates, Kurt Swan, and Tex Blasdell. I'm not familiar with him. I guess he was maybe doing the embellishing on it. Edited by Julius Schwartz. Julius Schwartz. Okay. It's a really nice drawing of this guy here. Like that. What in heaven's name is that? A meteor? No, it's alive, and it looks like Superman. I assume that's their voices. All right, let's see. Let's see the next page. Okay, drawing of a little kid. Obviously, I think these kid drawings by Kurt Swan and Big Tex. I'm just going to call him Big Tex because I don't think I'll be able to remember Blasdell. I like these actually feel like kids, whereas as amazing as Neil Adams is, this doesn't necessarily feel like a. There's something, Superman suffering from dwarfism more than it is a child, but it's the thought that counts, and the thought of Lex Luthor murdering a child is always entertaining. Okay, let's see. All right, look again. He's not big enough to be Superman. Yes, he's smaller. Just a boy. A Superboy? Okay. But Superman hasn't been Superboy for years. Well, no shit. He's Superman. Like, what? Okay, well, whatever. Okay. He can't grow younger, unless that's one of his powers. Okay, oh, yes, he can. I heard a young Batboy was spotted in Gotham City, and a teenage Flash has been super speeding around Central City. That's a pretty rad drawing. I like the rubble. And the thing I like most about this comic are the background elements. And, the overall clear storytelling, I think, is actually really good. But like the people in the background here, like the small details, that's just really elegantly drawn. That the folds and that her jacket and her dress, that ear's really nicely drawn, and that's a really nice profile of like a 11 or 12-year-old. It really feels young. And that's a really nice composition too. But anyways, let's see what they have to say. Well, then, if that really is the Man of Steel, who is responsible? Lex Luthor. That's who. That's who's responsible. Okay, Luthor. That's like child Superman, Superboy. Excuse me. Okay, Luthor. I've taken your best punch. Now it's my turn, and I warn you, I'm good and mad. Uh-oh. He just grabs it. Ow! You may be mad, super kid, but but so far your fighting has been anything but good. Oh, snap. Okay. If you had thought to examine my power glove with your X-ray vision, you would have spotted its energy receptors absorbing your strength and being turned against you. Ugh. He's got my wrist in a crushing grip. Not used to pain. You know, that it is a kind of an interesting thing to think about, that this current version of Superman never experienced pain. And this is, like, according to this is the first time, or one of the few rare times in a long time, of him experiencing something that actually physically stresses his body. He would be in fucking tears. He would be crying his head off. At least I would. But I'm not Superman. And that's what separates me from being a hero, I guess. Okay. Superman. A Superman would never have made such an oversight. But an inexperienced Superboy doesn't know any better. Which is why, my young foe, you're no match for me anymore. So I guess in this story, him becoming young also got rid of his life experience, which doesn't make any sense. Actually, by making him young, which I guess was what Lex Luthor did, it would just mean that all of his experience would be there, but he would just have a stronger, younger body. So this strategy doesn't necessarily make sense. Okay, but anyways, but if you think, after all these years of suffering, humiliating defeat at your hands, I'm going to put you out of your misery this mercifully, you're just a dumb kid. Oh boy. You've only just begun to suffer, and I'm going to enjoy every moment of this battle to your death. Best death of Superman issue. Maybe. Okay. Again, I love how these crowds are drawn. And it is kind of hilarious. They're just watching. So they're watching this, like, bald power suit dude beat up a little kid. Technically, they don't even know it could just be a kid, right? I mean, it doesn't necessarily be Superman. I don't know. I guess he has that look. So they recognize he is Superman, even though he is dramatically physically different. He is a 10-year-old self, but they're like, oh, that's Superman. But Clark Kent, who is the same physical looking version of Superman, just puts on a pair of glasses and no one even questions it. Plot hole. I don't know. It's a little suspicious in my opinion. But maybe that's one of Superman's powers, is to confuse people. Okay, then it's true. Luthor has turned the clock back on Superman. It's unfair. Why doesn't that bald-headed brute pick on someone his own size? Oh, that was a woman speaking that, so I didn't really do a woman's voice there. Okay, listen, he's still super, right? So why doesn't Superboy fight back? Maybe he's afraid, like a little kid. No, I added that part. Ow, those remarks hurt more than my hand does. What a humiliating experience. Now I know how Batman and Flash must have felt. Whereupon the Teen of Steel lets his mind drift into the past. Guns for kids. Well, BB guns, to be fair. But it looks like there was a BB gun. That's not a shotgun pellet. That's just a BB. Those are the BBs you put in the gun. Okay, that's right. For a second, when I first read this, I was like, "Is that a shotgun pellet? Are they like? Look at this dude. my son's a man." It's like, I'm a man. Daisy. All right. Okay, before he grew down into Superboy, when he crossed the path of a boy-caped crusader. Whee! Look at that. Whee! Batman! You don't look over a day of 10. I'm not. Thanks to Lex Luthor and his scientific genius. But I'm not his only victim, see? That crimson blur whipping around me. Does this mean that they're about to go through puberty again? That would suck. Okay, the Flash. That's what Superman says. A teenage Flash, courtesy of your arch foe Luthor, just to prove it can be done. That's right, Superman. Beyond, I don't know why Batman sounds like that, but now he sounds like that. Be on your guard. You're the one Luthor's really after. This is something that was really fun that they don't do anymore. Is like for a flashback, they do like this is all a thought balloon for the border. I always enjoyed like conventions like that. So this is, Superman thinking back. That down shot, it is very hard to do. Especially if you're doing like little midget or, short people or whatever, however, people with, limited height, known as children, from a down perspective, difficult drawing, especially like looks like Superman's already starting to shrink there. That's it. I do like how they spot the blacks to pop the characters there. That's something again I'm going to be trying to get better at, is spotting blacks. Okay, now it's back. Now Superboy is Superboy. So we're back in calm days, done thinking. Bats was right. I soon found myself at the wrong end of Luthor's most diabolical weapon, an age reverser. Yeah, I think people would use age reversers differently, and I don't know if it would be a weapon. It'd be something that people would want. Now that I'm getting older, I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Anyways, that even my superpowers can't protect me from. I guess you want to be protected from getting younger. Okay, sure. Okay. All the years of practice I had mastering my powers, all the knowledge and experience I've acquired, it's gone. See, that's interesting. That's a real. I don't necessarily buy that would happen. But anyways. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superboy. What happened to Superman? God, Jesus. These people in Metropolis really expect a lot. Like one thing, like, oh, he's slightly younger. Nah, fuck him. All right. Okay. All right. That's the question all Metropolis is asking. Whatever happened to Superman? Even more baffling is the question, who did it to him? I thought they just found that out. I thought it was Lex Luthor. Oh well. All right. A report from eyewitnesses at the Cafe Mocha claims criminal scientist Lex Luthor is responsible. Thanks, Troy McClure. All right. And it now seems probable that the same process was tested on a group of Galaxy Communications employees who momentarily reverted to their youthful selves at the GBS party. This is Julie, the editor, dramatically portrayed last issue. So I guess we've got to go find that issue to figure out, the full story of the death of Superman here. Okay. In addition, there were reliable reports that Batman and the Flash have also fallen victim to this fountain of youth malady. Not bad, not bad. Okay. For the vacationing Clark Kent, this is Steve Lombard, WGBS TV News. Okay. Not a bad job of anchoring for a loudmouth sportscaster like Lombard, eh, Lois? I don't know. I don't think Howard Cosell will lose any sleep, Mr. Edge. His name's Mr. Edge, and it's the 70s. Interesting. Okay, but speaking of Clark, I'm imagining Lois Lane's voice is similar to Dolly Parton's, and I'm very bad at impersonating Dolly Parton, but that's what I'm going with. Okay. When did he decide to take a vacation? Clark Kent on line 4, Mr. Edge, from 1974. Actually, this is it's December 76. Fun times. Okay. We're about to find out, Lois. It's about time that Ninny called in. Jesus. Okay. Kent! Where the blazes have you been? Why didn't you phone? I kind of like that. Well, it's a pretty successful panel for narrative reasons. I don't know. It's an interesting panel. As for, just for narrative reasons, not necessarily for artistic. Okay. I tried, sir, but I couldn't get through. You know how tied up the circuits have been lately. Oh, it's a little Superboy. Speak up, Kent. Why are you whispering? Laryngitis, sir. Hopefully I'll have my voice back by tomorrow. Tomorrow? He has a little syringe, I guess, in his arm. I guess it's a cigarette. You'll be lucky if you're still work. Click. Kent! I'm not through talking! Kent's getting too cocky. In the old days, you wouldn't have dared hang up on me. We all changed, Mr. Edge. Oh, man, she looks like she's digging Clark's new bold attitude. In the old days, I would have suspected Clark was staying out of sight because he was secretly Superman, but now I know better. Okay, Jesus. Okay, nothing's wrong with suspicions, Lois, especially when they're correct. Glad that's over with. I'll leave the phone off the hook so Morgan can't call me back. Too bad we can't do that anymore. Jesus. There's no taking the phone off the hook. I guess there's turning off your phone, but that doesn't really... it's not really an excuse, Anyways, so thought balloons, which are now illegal in modern comics. Okay, now to steel myself for a more pressing problem: how to survive another attack from a foe who's older, wiser, and more experienced than I am. At my present age, I wonder what Luthor is doing right now. He's just imagining him I wish I was old again. Okay, let's look in on the master criminal scientist and see what Superboy cannot. So much for your latest ultimate weapon, Luthor. Maybe one day you'll wake up and realize even your warped scientific genius is no match for a Superman. One day I did wake up, Superman. Not only did I realize I was no match for you, I finally figured out why. It is, it is a peculiar contented Lex Luthor who has been viewing videotapes, the modern videotape of his past defeats at the hands of the Man of Steel. Here in the privacy of his secret lair. Yes. So obviously he's masturbated a couple times to watching his humiliating defeat. I mean, I'm reading between the gutters there, but I'm obviously that's what's been going on. I mean, because it's a secret lair. Okay, we know why it's secret. Okay, yes, it finally dawned on me. The older Superman got, the worse I would fare in our battles. As if I were losing my drive. And the truth is, I was. He's bald, he's getting old. It all stems from that fateful day in Smallville years ago when I was a young and hopeful high school student, like all other kids my age, with a full head of hair. That's awesome. I love this version of Lex Luthor. Like, he goes bald and becomes a super villain because of it. Well, again, I guess if you're like 19 and you go bald, that does suck. I mean, or 18. Although I started going bald at 21, so fuck off. What a weak. He's a super villain because he's weak. Okay. All right. And okay, reading here. Until Superboy left my mind and body scarred for life when he blew out a fire lab. Look what you've done! Your super breath mixed the chemicals and made my hair fall out. Nair. Nair is this old, chemical or, lotion that removes hair. I actually did, because I do have like some straggler, like lost cause hairs on the middle of my head. And it said, fuck this hair. I want it gone. And I did buy a bottle of Nair and put it on my head, and it hurt like shit. It was very painful, and it did just remove some patches of hair. So again, Lex Luthor is a weak man. I am strong. I was trying to save your life, Lex. Okay. Yes, I finally realized the intense hatred that has been spurring me all these years was directed against Superboy, not Superman. Superboy! But let's switch briefly to a different metropolis, Gotham City, where 3 bank robbers find their getaway suddenly cut short. Hey, watch it, you clumsies! It's not me! Oh, Jesus Christ. Pop! We've been lassoed. Okay. It's a definitely smaller than usual Cape Crusader who takes pains to stay out of sight. Okay. Remaining on the scene just long enough to spot the arrival of a familiar flashing red light. The cops, we're done for. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a weird power there. The sucking power of Superboy. Okay, all right. Okay, but before Batboy can vanish down the drain, being whisked out of the manhole at terrific speed, it's either the Flash or Superman, boy. So Luthor cut you down to size 2. Now that Superman is Superboy once again, just the sight of him fills me with the same intense hatred that obsessed my youth, which gives me extra advantage. Number 1. He's getting in a plane. Okay, rad. All right. Extra advantage number 2. Superman's powers and judgment have regressed to those of an immature teenager. Okay, I have problems with that narratively, but whatever. That's the magical powers of however he did this. Also makes him a stupid kid. Okay, a Superboy forced to do a Superman's job. Extra advantage number 3. The most devastating of all. Actually, this should really be Elon Musk's voice at this point. I can't do that impression though. I'm not a. I just sound stupid. So I don't actually do impressions. Okay. Though it depended on my foe doing exactly what I predict, he'll do it. Oh, he'll do in a crisis like this. Call for help. Okay. And at that moment, on the country road around Central City, gonna crash. It's actually kind of nice. I bet. I wonder if some of these cars were traced. Like, it is of this era of comics. Like, I think like the overall draftsmanship's really really nice. At that late '70s, early '80s period, really good illustrators, at least representational illustrators, but really exciting time for comics. Whoosh, crash. I should be in there dead, but instead I'm out here alive. How? Obviously, he's completely fucking wasted. He took a couple bumps of cocaine before leaving the discotheque, thinking, "Oh, I'll be fine," and then he just smashed into the tree. All right, so let's see what else I have. Beautiful ads, by the way. Oh, look at that. What is this? Red Hot Pepper Gum. All right, you can buy some of these. Oh, look at that. Rainbow Specs. Okay. Pocket Spy Scope. And he's looking at a woman. Okay, great. Be peeping Tom. Oh, jeez. Okay. How was the driver's life spared? I wonder. Okay. Thanks to the faster than I can follow movement of the fastest teen alive. Nice work, Flash. Whisking that doomed driver out of his seat at invisible speed. Super speed, actually. Oh, no one else moves fast enough to focus on me at this velocity. No one but me. Superman. These are ripped 10-year-olds. Just, they're like Herculean. Okay, Superboy, which is why I'm here. Nice silhouette. Nice panel of silhouettes. Okay, and I do like this panel. This is a really cool little panel. Like it is interesting. You got silhouette, little profile. Really efficient illustration. Luthor flying his jet. I'm done reading this stuff. I don't give a fuck. Luthor's flying his jet. He's like, oh, okay. How'd Luthor find us so fast? We don't have time to wander. Spread out. Nice silhouette of Batman there. Actually, it's good silhouettes of each character. You can tell which one's Superman, Batman. I mean, solid silhouettes. It's something. Though this silhouette makes it look like Flash has a gut, but that might just be a, printing error. Oh my God! Look at these. Look at this. Look at this gorilla. Meet the Gorilla Masters of Evil. Okay, I will. I will meet them. Mightier even than Superman. Grodd, the super gorilla who plans to conquer Earth over Flash's dead body. All right. Okay. Mitzel Spitlick, whatever. Fuck him. Fucking dick. Okay. Obviously, like, Mitzelplick is an asshole. I think that's well known. Okay. Impulsively, Superboy, the Boy of Steel, faces a pulsating barrage, counting on the invulnerability for protection. But the energy bursts are passing harmlessly through me. It's probably passing through Batman. How's Flash making out? He's vibrating, which makes Flash, that counterbalance. I mean, that's a very good power. I'm just gonna say, the vibrating power. That's a power I'd like, but. Anyways, okay. By vibrating my molecules at super speed, those energy bursts will pass right through me. Flash, no, stop! Too late! I really like the, disintegration there. It's kind of nice. He's just dust.
As the lethal jetcraft lazily circles overhead, the world's finest youth stare at the charred patch of ground. There's nothing left of Flash, but why him and not us? Luther's energy bursts were vibrating at an ultra high frequency, which made them harmless to us, but fatal to the fast moving body of the vibrating Flash. That should really be his name. That should be the title of a Flash series, like comic book series. The vibrating Flash. Choke. He's crying. Look at those tears. Oh, poor. Inefficient tears. The best tears in comics are in manga, and also in anime. The crying illustrations in manga. Oh, so good. Okay, he was the best teammate anyone could ask for. Batman doesn't give a shit. Interesting. This is a cool guy. See, this is what Lex Luthor thought he was. What Superboy turned him in was this: a bald, ugly, disgusting man at the age of 16. And that's how he became a supervillain. Okay, sniff. He's sniffing. He's sad. It was cold-blooded murder. At his age, Flash didn't stand a chance against Luthor. Again, this comic really just makes you want to beat up children. So that makes it good. All right. Oh, this is fun. Look at that little silhouette or shadow, the Batman shadow. I dig that. That's fun. I've grown on Kurt Swan. I do really enjoy the Silver Age era, artistically and narratively. It's just goofy and fun. Wait, Superboy, at your age, neither do you. Okay, but when the teary-eyed boy of steel charges towards a sleek jetcraft, Great Krypton. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna start saying Great Krypton when I get stumped at work or something goes bad. I'm just gonna Great Krypton. God, instead of saying God damn it. I might say both. Okay. It's empty. There is no sign of Luthor or whatever. Okay, but if he isn't there, where is he? Anything wrong, Soups? What's the trouble? The trouble is materializing right behind you in the person of Luthor. Okay, that's a goofy drawing. I mean, it looks... but basically, he's using his power suit to stomp the ground and make a crack that makes him fall into the crack. Okay, but about to boot you out of action. Come on, Bat Brat. Snap. I mean, yes, the power boot can make him fall into a crack, but this insult will crack his self-esteem. I don't see this Bat Boy getting up from that. Get up and fight if you have any fight left in you. He's getting up. I'm gonna beat up a kid. Okay, contemptuous challenge that brings the rapid response. Okay. I don't know why this make me laugh. Biggest life hangups. Oh, I guess. Oh, those were one of those. Okay. What? A lot of gimmicks here. A lot of gimmicks. I'm trying to just steal money from these kids. $3.75 for that shit? Oh my god. 1976? That's a lot of money. Okay. A devastating flying kick from the one-time greatest athlete of the world. Okay, that's a great... This fight scene rules. Look at this. Bong! Wow! Alright, I'm not reading that shit. Okay, you're fighting out of your league, Luthor. Junior. Cut you! Okay, he catches you. Okay, but blah blah. Okay, wait, let's tackle him together. He made a fool out of me. I'm gonna get... Oh! But before the Cape Crusader can make contact... What happened to Batman? Disintegrated. Actually, he had died when my boot struck him. But there was a delayed effect of several seconds. Pretty proud. Luthor's, this is the best day. This is a very good day of Luthor. Okay. My best friend. Crying. You're going to pay for this, Luther, I swear. I do like this pose. That's a really nice pose, and the way that foot's drawn there, like turning out for like jumping, doing his flying punch. Luther doesn't care. Look at that. He just says, mighty strong words coming from a punk kid from Krypton. Oh God. It is kind of fun to imagine an Alan Moore reading this, and like, what is he thinking? Anyways, you don't realize it yet, but seeing your buddies die before your very eyes will have a definite effect on your fighting ability. Oh, he sidestepped my punch. This is like some Steven Seagal shit here. Look at that. I think I've seen Steven Seagal do that move. Okay. Seeing Flash and Batman lose their lives battling me has shaken your confidence. Okay, I'm done reading. Oh, he's gonna punch him. He puts his power gloves. I'm not putting on my glove. My power glove. You are. So he puts his power glove. And the power glove is by remote control, and he starts making Superboy punch himself. Pretty rad. Okay. Why else would you be socking yourself in the jaw? You see, I'm commanding the glove to punch you to death. Even you are not immune to your own super strength. Oh, got him there. Got him there. Okay. Stop punching yourself, Superboy. Stop punching yourself. Okay. Desperately, the Teen of Steel, his left arm strains to hold back his lethal right. I hate to admit it, but Luther is right. Oh! See my pals die. Took whatever concept I had, and blah, 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 blah. Wait a minute. The look on Batman's face after Flash died, it was telling me something all along, but I was too teary-eyed to pick it up. Oof! He keeps punching himself. He's hiding in a tree. I don't know. I think that's genius. Okay. You couldn't have been the real Batman, which means the Flash who died was phony too. Why couldn't he have been the real Batman? Suddenly I see things clearly now. The real Batman and Flash are still alive somewhere as their adult selves. Then why did Luther go to all the trouble to convince me he had made them younger? Unless it was vital for me to believe he had the power to do it. Maybe Luther's tapping a new weakness of mine, my super mind. Hypnotists use the power of suggestions to make subjects believe what they want them to. But with my superpower of suggestion, my mind can make whatever I believe has happened really. Wait, what is this? My mind can make whatever I believe has happened really happen. Okay. I didn't really see Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen under those masks. Luther doesn't know my pals' secret identities, but my super mind expected to see their faces, and that's what I saw. Similarly, those questions only with those questions only the real Batman and Flash could answer. I knew the correct responses, and somehow Luther made me voice my thoughts. As for duplicating the origins which created my super pals, I can only surmise that Luther's genius calculated what they were. Again, I do like these, like, little floating head, thought bubble or dialogue, kind of floating panels. That's kind of cool. And also, you see the thought balloon panel there. Then, if I stop believing I've been changed into Superboy, what? Okay. Or like Super Halloween. Okay, that's Batman, pretty weak. That's Superman, very weak. What the fuck is this? ISIS? Why isn't it fucking why isn't it Wonder Woman? Who the fuck is... I'd be so pissed if I was a kid. Although, if I got one of these, I'd be if I got the Goof, any of these masks. The Mummy has a very Michael Myers look to it. Yeah, I'd be stoked with these ones. I'd be fine with these as a kid. That, well, I'd have a lot of questions with that one, especially as a kid in the 70s. Okay, great stars. That's his Lex Luthor. Now he's, an aristocrat. His hand's getting bigger, shattering my power glove. He is too tongue-tied to say it, Luthor. I'll say it for you. He is Superman again. And now, I've been saving this last punch for you. Nice drawing of the punch of this body. Pow! Okay, well, alright. Next day in the Justice League satellite headquarters is 22,300 miles above Earth, where the real Batman and Flash have just returned from an outer space mission. But Superman, you still haven't told us what tipped you off. That those pint-sized versions of us were androids. Okay, those are robots. Okay, alright. Then why did he make faces? Why did he bother making humanoid faces? It's androids. Oh, anyways. It was when you died, Flash. I remembered what bothered me about Batman's reaction. He didn't show any emotion, shed any tears. None of us could watch one of our comrades die without showing some feeling. Luthor may be older and wiser, but he's still making mistakes. And as long as he does, he'll go down to defeat at the hands of Superman, no matter what age I am. Next issue, an action-packed shocker. Stop it, Superman. You're wrecking the world. It's going to come out in September. Be there. And I'm not reading. That's nice. I wonder if this is also Kurt Swan or Justice for All Children. Oh, this is. Let's actually read this. This is actually very. It does show a time because this is just. Oh, sexy. Look at this, all this. Okay, so this is a PSA in the back of a regular, dime store comic. All right. Justice for All Children, 8. Kids running from this old man. Whew. Oh, Superman. Yeah, all right. Help me, Superman. He's after me. I'm his father. I have a right to hit him. Okay. Does he? The kid. The law allows parents to use physical punishment, but does not allow parents to injure a child. That's the world of the 70s. It's so... Okay. All right, so let's come together. Okay, so I can hit him a little bit then, huh? Parents and children both have rights and duties to each other. Okay, so I'll make sure it doesn't bruise. Okay, yes, that'll be fine. You do need to make a man out of him. Okay, let's see. If a family is having trouble, there are many places to go for help. Family counseling can be arranged through your local mental health agency, child welfare office, or juvenile court. Published as a public service by National Periodical Publications Incorporated. In cooperation with the National Center for Juvenile Justice, the research division of the National Council of Juvenile Court Judges. Artwork donated by Kurt Swan. Kurt Swan, thank you. Thank you for, resolving the issue of child abuse in the 70s, which was common enough for an ad to come out to say, like, yeah, it's fine to hit a kid, just don't injure them. Oh God, that's just this is actually probably the best part of this comic, actually. So anyways, I lied. Superman didn't die. Oh, this is also really good. So this is This is Jack Davis. This is some Jack Davis ad illustration. This, I guess these are basketball players, but really fun illustrations going on here. I guess I'll read it. This is Spalding. This Han Solo and what's his name? Yeah, that guy from Empire Strikes Back. Lando. Okay. Presents Street Ball with Rick Barry and Dr. J. Julius Irving. Okay, I think that's Dr. J, right? I can't remember. Hey, look, it's Rick Barry and Dr. J. Oh, jeez. Okay, glad to see you're playing with a Spalding rubber ball like I grew up with. Yeah, those vinyl balls are just too slick. I guess there is vinyl balls. I don't know anything about basketball. Ah, what difference can that ball make? My man, for real, ball handling, you need that Spalding touch. What moves? He plays up in the lights. Yeah, okay. Now it's my turn, Julius. A 30-footer. What a magic touch. Swish. That is a really nice illustration of someone jumping there. That's a really nice pose too. That hand, that inking underneath. Really cool. You don't need magic. Just practice with a Spalding autograph ball. It's got a rubber cover so you can really get a grip on it. I believe it. I believe it. Nice actual pose there too. So that's it. I lied. Superman doesn't die in this one. And it's not probably going to be in the canon of great Death of Superman comics. But anyways, I thought it'd be fun to read. And I do this style of cover is something I miss. And I found it pretty fun. All right, so that's it for right now. I'll try to find a better, more arcane candidate for a Death of Superman comic. And again, my Death of Power Kickstarter is going to be soon. It shall be soon. February 1st through the, I believe, 18th. That's going to be the Kickstarter. Other than that, thanks for watching. Like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I feel like a whore saying such stuff. A disgusting whore. But anyways, maybe I am. Yeah, maybe I am that. But anyways, ring the bell. And like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. And enjoy the world. Well, or at least enjoy escaping from it and, fantastical comics. All right, take care. Bye.